Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm going to show you this vintage Nishijin Super DX Pachinko machine that I've recently refurbished. This video will show you, give you a good look at the machine that you're considering buying, and it will also give me a chance to tell you what I've done to the machine. I do not know the exact year of the manufacture of this machine. The inspection stamp in here is in kind of rough shape. I could not pick out a number that would then lead me to the manufactured year of the machine. When I do my restorations, I completely strip the machine down to its individual components. Every screw, every nail, every piece of plastic, every piece of metal gets taken off the machine, thoroughly cleaned. The plastic pieces get waxed, get a coat of wax put on them before I put them back on the machine. The nails all get pulled out and go through a tumbling process to bring them back, bring the brass back to the original brilliance. Again, the plastic gets cleaned in the sense that it gets loaded with, over time, it gets loaded with cigarette smoke from the original pachinko halls and body oil from the balls and so on and so forth. They're pretty grungy on the inside when you get them, when I source them. Fix the wood as best I can. This one is in nice shape wood-wise. The wood is red mahogany. It's a pretty rare wood these days. It's all been sanded down, all been polyurethane so that it won't absorb moisture anymore and keep its original good looks to it. So this frame opens. This will give you a little bit better look at the actual play field. These frames originally held two pieces of glass. Over time, the glass has been broken any number of reasons. This machine has a piece of plexiglass. Most machines only have one piece in them now. The second piece was actually put in as a theft deterrent, which really isn't necessary. This is fairly thin plexiglass, which is okay. It's got a couple of cracks in it. When the doors close, you can hardly see it, and it certainly doesn't affect the gameplay. This area up in here that you see, the dark area, this is not dirt. This play field, this is what they call the play field, has been thoroughly cleaned. It's as clean as it can get. What you're seeing in the dark areas is over time moisture would leach underneath this surface and then stain the wood that was underneath it, and that's what they call water damage. Over time. Again, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can do about it, short of removing this playfield and putting a new one on. My personal opinion is that this is a machine that's over 40 years old. I try to make them look as nice as possible with retaining some of the original patina to them, if you will. So this has all been cleaned. Every one of these gets taken off, cleaned, so on and so forth. I'm not going to open this right now because it has balls in it, but this opens up. You can see how clean and everything it is on the inside. This is an ashtray. Again, in Japan, everybody smoked when they went into the pachinko parlors, so that's what those were there for. So we'll close this up, and I'll show you the back of it. Right now, it's got 4 felt pads on the bottom so it doesn't scratch a surface. My recommendation is you're either going to mount this on a wall in a frame, or you would want to put some sort of a side brace on so that the machine doesn't tip. These weigh about 40 pounds empty and probably close to 50 pounds when they have all the balls in them, and they're not real stable as it sits. So you would want to do something about that. Again, all of this, everything you see here gets taken off, thoroughly cleaned, plastic parts get waxed, all the metal gets polished back, all the rust gets taken off the screws, anything that was brass gets shined back up again. This originally looked black when I got it. Now it's got that nice brass look to it because obviously it's a brass rod. This one I did a little bit of extra wiring on. Most pachinko machines only have 2 lights. They are run by a 9-volt battery adapter, which is currently plugged in. So you've got a bulb here two bulbs here and two bulbs here. So this bulb up here signals that this tray is getting low on balls, so when the weight shifts, this would lift up. It activates this micro switch and turns that light on. So when you see that light come on, that says you need to put some more balls in the upper hopper. These two lights work off of this switch. So when the jackpot mechanism works, this little arm comes up, makes contact, and turns these two lights on. These are lights that I put in. These were not original lights, but this particular pachinko back panel had the holders for the lights and also had the cutout in the board. Some of these machines have the holders, but there's no cutout in the board for the light to come out the front side of the board. In the jackpot chamber itself, there are two light bulbs. There's one on the side, and there's one right in the jackpot chamber, and they're activated by this switch over here, and they'll turn on when a jackpot is made also. So when you make a jackpot, you're going to end up having 4 lights come on, and when you're out of balls, this light here would come on. Again, everything is clean, everything is polished. Down here, this was all just coated with rust and grime. Again, it all gets taken off, gets cleaned. The backboard gets sanded down, polyurethaned, as does the frame. All the wires are neatly tucked so that nothing is going to interfere with anything. So let me turn it around again, and I'll show the machine in action. See if we can get it to pay out. There we go. This is a box that I built that catches the balls. This particular pachinko machine, the losing balls that go in what's called the drain hole, will exit the machine. So you need to have a box or a can, a cigar box, a Tupperware bowl, anything that will catch the balls behind the machine, or they just end up bouncing all over the place. So let me come around to the other side here. You don't have to have this plugged in to play the game. The only reason you plug it in is so that the lights work. These are completely mechanical. They don't need power to work. The neat thing about a pachinko machine is that they're very family oriented. It takes literally no skill to play these things, although there is some technique to it. But if you can do this, you can play a pachinko machine. So it's just pushing down and letting it sort of roll off your thumb. That launches a ball. Again, the losing balls are going down into the drain hole. They exit out the back of the machine. And what I'm trying to do now is get it into one of the pockets. Oop, right there. Those lights come on, these lights come on, and 14 balls as a prize exit the front of the machine so that you have more to play with. Depending on where the ball goes in, it will also open or close the tulips at different times. So if you get into the center, what they call the center attraction, if it goes down this side, it will open this tulip. If it goes down this side, it will open this tulip and give you a better chance of winning. Obviously, when the tulips are open, you have a much better chance to actually get a winning ball. There's another win there. Lights and the prize. Okay. I tend to play one at a time, but you can, just launch all sorts of balls if you want to. Now, so when I launched all those balls, I did get two jackpots. If you notice now, this light is on. What that's telling me is that the upper hopper has run out of balls because of the balls that it paid out. So you can just pull this back. The balls drain from the top tray to the bottom tray. You just scoop them out, go right up over the top of the machine, and drop them into the ball hopper. When you get enough in there, the light goes out, and you just continue to play. I will ship this. The amount you see for shipping is based on parcel select. These weigh about 40 pounds. If you're coast to coast, it's going to be about $100. and then halfway across the coast, because I live on the East Coast. If I were to ship it to the middle of the country, it's about $50. So you get an idea. What I do though is I will upgrade you to priority mail. I like to have the machines get there in as quick a time as possible. We do a very good job packaging these up. I've shipped 15 of them so far, and we've never had any arrive damaged. I'll also create another video for you that will show you how to set the machine up, how to load the balls in, what to do if it doesn't pay out, and so on and so forth. So thank you for your time and your consideration. I hope you'll consider having this in your home. Thank you.